day everyone, this is Math 101.
My name is Matthew.
My name is Jane. My name is Valerie. And our lesson for today is how to solve quadratic equations by using square root property.
I'll start with a basic example. Our example is x squared minus 64 equals 0. First, we need to transpose the constant term, which is negative 64, to the right side of the equation. It will become x squared equals 64. Then get the square root of each side. Remember, don't forget to put positive negative sign before the square root of 64 because this indicates the operation. So the square root of x squared and 64 is x equal positive negative 8. This will be the value of x. The x sub 1 now is x equal positive 8 and the x sub 2 is x equal negative 8. To check if our answer is correct, we need to substitute the value of x sub 1 and x sub 2 to every x in the original equation, which is x squared minus 64 equals 0. If x sub 1 is equal to positive 8, we will just substitute 8 to every x in the original equation. It will become 8 squared minus 64 equals 0. 8 squared is equal to positive 64, so it will become 64 minus 64, so the answer is 0 is equal to 0. If x sub 2 is equal to negative 8, we will just substitute negative 8 to every x in the original equation. It will become negative 8 squared minus 64 equals to 0. Negative 8 squared is equal to positive 64, so 64 minus 64 is equal to 0. So the answer is 0 equals 0.
Average example. Our example is 5x squared minus 125 equals 0. First, we need to transpose negative 125 to the right side of the equation, so it will become 5x squared equals 125. Second, we need to divide both sides by 5 so that the numerical coefficient of the quadratic term is 1, and it will become x squared equals 25. Third, we need to get the square root of both sides. Reminder, you need to put positive and negative beside the square root of 25. Now the equation is square root of x squared equals positive negative 25. And the answer is x equals positive negative 3. We can now get the x sub 1 and x sub 2. Our x sub 1 is positive 5 and our x sub 2 is negative 5. To check if our answer is correct, we need to substitute our answers to every x in the original equation. If x sub 1 is equals to positive 5, we need to substitute 5 to 5x squared minus 125. So the equation will be 5 open and close parenthesis 5 squared minus 125 equals 0. 5 times 25 minus 125 equals 0. And 5 times 25 is equal to 125, so 125 minus 125 is equal to 0. Therefore, 0 equals 0 and it's equal, so our answer is correct. In x sub 2, if x sub 2 is equals to negative 5, we need to substitute negative 5 to 5x squared minus 125 equals 0. So the equation will be 5 open and close parenthesis negative 5 squared minus 125 equals 0. 5 times 25 minus 125 equals 0. 125 minus 125 equals 0. 0 equals 0 and it's equal, so our answer is
Here's a hard example of a quadratic equation. Quantity x plus 4 squared minus 19 equals 17. Transpose a constant term to the right side. Solve the equation on the right side and copy the given on the left. Place a radical sign to both sides to get their square root. Next, Search for the value of x. Isolate the x term by transposing the term beside. Because x has the value of a positive and negative 6, there will be two values of x. X sub 1 will be taking positive 6 minus 4, which is also 2, and x sub 2 will be having negative 6 minus 4, or negative 10. To check both value of x, simply substitute them to the original given. If x is equals to 2, quantity x plus 4 squared minus 19 equals 17 will be quantity 2 plus 4 squared minus 19 equals 17. Then solve the equation by applying the rule of Janemjval. First, the groupings. Quantity 2 plus 4 squared will be 6 squared. Then the squared value of 6 is 36. Copy the remaining terms. 36 minus 19 equals 17 is also 17 equals 17 because 19 subtracted to 36 is also 17. 17 equals 17 is also equals to 1, meaning that the value of x sub 2 is correct. If x is equals to negative 10, quantity x plus 4 squared minus 19 equals 17 is going to be quantity negative 10 plus 4 squared minus 19 equals 17. Negative 10 plus 4 will be 6 squared. Then the squared value of 6 is 36. Copy the remaining terms. 36 minus 19 equals 17 is also 17 equals 17 because 19 subtracted to 36 is also 17. 17 equals 17 is also equals to 1, meaning that the value of x sub 2 is correct.